Hey guys, how's it going? Week 4, ColossusLive. We've done 3 weeks of this already and going into the 4th. Having a good time so far. Going pretty well. First of all, apologies if there is any loud bird-like interference. All the birds are out and about today. May even get some visitors peeking through the curtains because they like to do that. Yeah, they're all out just in the living room behind that curtain there. Yeah. Might get interrupted. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so this week, checking out Evolve by From Our Ashes. They're a Derby-based. I don't really call them. I guess they're progressive metal. They're pretty heavy as well. Oh, okay, yeah. Checking their Spotify, and they identify themselves as a technical metal / gent band, which it's pretty fair enough. They're definitely fall in that category. Pretty fucking heavy, pretty great. Good buddy of mine, Dave, bass player. I've also met a couple of the guys as well. Are all really cool. It's gonna be a lot of fun to check this out. Cool. Let's move on and listen to the song then, shall we? Where is Spotify? Here he is. Cool. Let's have a listen. One moment. Something isn't right here. Oh, I do this every week. Why has that changed back? I swear I changed that before the stream and it's just decided to go back to doing its own thing. Let's try that again. There we go. Cool.
Don't know what to feel like it's all in your head.
Cool. Oh, I always forget to clear the queue, so it doesn't just keep playing music. But yeah, cool. So that's Evolve by From Her Ashes, which is what I'll be looking at this week. Fucking cool track, man. Fucking love it. Right, let's start loading these tracks into Logic then. So I've already opened up the Logic template here. And you can see I've done absolutely nothing to it yet. So let's get some files dragged into it. Desktop. Cool, here we go. I've exported all these from Logic, and once again, I've not checked them. So hopefully we don't have a sort of accident that we had last week where it exported incorrectly. That's the only time it's ever happened to me, though. So fingers crossed, everything's going to be okay. Why do I do this to myself? I just don't leave myself enough time to be organised. Anyway, hope we'll see pretty quickly whether there's anything wrong or not. Certainly looks like they're starting in the right place. Cool, that's a good start. Okay. So we've got kick tracks. These were labelled in the project as just kick and kick 2. I'm presuming the kick 2 is a kick out track because it is the exact same hits. It's not two separate performances, and it is just a lot of sort of low end content and a lot of thump. So I was renamed it to kick thump, and so I'll go from there. Which is pretty cool. Okay, standard snare top, snare bottom. This isn't one I recorded. I'm not sure who engineered it or where they recorded it. Actually, I could do with asking them. In fact, if any of them are in the comments and listening to this, if they fancy chiming in with that information, that'd be pretty cool. Always nice to know these things, but no, this isn't one that I've recorded. I could do a check in the tempo from the project they have sent me though. I'm gonna do that now before I move forward. I can drag these in. Okay, so yeah, so snare top, snare bottom, pretty standard. I don't know what mics they used, but we'll go with it. Okay, there's two sample tracks here. For snares, fat and pop. So we'll drag those in, and I'll see how I feel about those samples, and I might keep them, or I might swap them out for other things. But I'm guessing pop and fat probably equates to my attack and chunk naming, so we'll keep them there for now like that. Everything seems to be lining up properly at least, so obviously not in time because I've not got the tempo open. It was recorded at Snug Recording Studios in Derby. Thank you, Dave. I knew you'd hear me. I knew you'd answer because you're great. Okay, tempo is 125, so I'm going to change that now before I move ahead. And look at that, everything just lines up as it should. Would you never have snares on beat 1? That's weird. No, beat 3 is Snareville. Cool. Okay, so we've got some snares. And we've got hats and chinas. Now, yeah, let's drag these in. Oops, have I just done a goof? I have done a goof. It's cool. It's an easily fixable goof. There we go. Right, now, toms are an interesting one because what I've got here is a flattened down stereo track with all the toms in one, which is a little unconventional, but we can work with it. It's cool. I may end up getting creative with some triggering of that. If I split everything off, and I don't know, we'll see how it goes. If I feel I need tom samples for individual toms, I think I've got a solution for it in mind. But from what I heard, they sound great. I was actually saying to Dave in private that these toms are that well recorded, in my opinion. They sound really similar to the Metal Foundry Superior Drummer toms. They're not. They are recorded drums, but I did have to double take for a moment and sort of see what was going on with them. So yeah, so we've got stereo track there for toms. We've also got stereo tracks of hi-hats and china, which is really useful because that gives indications to where it was panned, and therefore where they likely will be in the overhead. So we won't get any sort of weird like crosstalk issues. Rather than having to listen and pan them manually, they're already panned by the engineer, so that's great. I've just deleted my overhead folder. That was clumsy. Why did I do that? Right. Toms and China in. Then we've got stereo overheads. Why do I just scroll into the middle of the session and start dragging files there? Right, stereo overheads. In you go. So we can delete these split overhead tracks. We can delete these split rooms because we've got a stereo room. And we haven't got any additional ambient room mics, so we can delete that whole stack there. Cool, that's drums. Let's listen to what they sound like. Just completely unmixed, completely raw. From anywhere in the song. Very quiet. Real clean, real tight. Kick's got a really nice punch to it, really nice bottom end. Loads of attack on that kick in mic as well. It's really well recorded. Quite a bit of bleeding that organic snare. I'll have to check as well, but possibly some phase cancellation. No, doesn't appear to be, but and again, things aren't always as they appear to be. Let's just do a quick face on that, see if there is any. No, I don't think so. At least not a full 180. It's possibly about 90 degrees out of phase. Thus, when I flip it 180, it goes to be 90 or 270, which will get some cancellation. There's a great little gadget for things like that. I've got one of these, which I use in every session, which is a variable phase adjustment, and you get to filter, define, point at the microphone when that's not a camera, that's a camera. Yeah, so radial phaser box. There's a filter there so you can define it into the fundamental to make sure you're getting that in phase, and then shift it variably between 0 and 180. Incredibly useful. I use them on every drum session ever, because you're pretty much guaranteed to get a perfect in phase snare. But that's not an issue. In fact, I could even do that after the fact using it as an insert. We'll see. It's not a massive issue, and we've also got a couple of sample tracks as well, and these samples sound pretty sick. We've got like a nice sort of bright stick attack tone there. I'd say pop's a pretty accurate description for that. It's just bang, bouncing straight off the skin, sounds fat. Nice. And then we've got all of our meat there, all of our chunk. So blending those in with that original snare sounds pretty sick. Cool. Now these toms sound sick. They're already pre-gated as well, and they've been gated really well. So I don't really need to worry about bleed on these. And the attack on them's like, yeah, sick. Like, they've definitely been processed on the way in on the recording, and yeah, they sound great. One of those things. Sometimes just committing to doing something that you know you're going to do in the mix. If you commit to it and do it during the recording process, you just make your life a lot easier. And clearly, that was the thought with recording those toms, because I'm not going to need to do a lot to them. They sound great as they are. Right, cymbals. We've got. He's going to be very quiet. I'm going to boost these up as the regions. One sec. Cool. It sounds like they've been EQ'd on the way in on recording as well. Yeah, they sound great. It sounds like they've been pre-filtered. There's not a whole lot of bleed going on in them. Okay, there's like, you know, a bit of kick and snare, but it's not like there's no low end bleed there. They've clearly been filled on the way in. So cool, another one other less job to do. It's always nice. Right, overheads. Cool. So, the drummer has commented. Nice. You know what? I was actually looking at the Sonar Design snares for the kit for the studio when I opened there. So that's good to know. I'll definitely move them high up the list now you said that. Thank you. Awesome. So with recording overheads, there's generally two sort of approaches you can take. Well, no, that's a lie. There's many approaches, but the two sort of main ones, in my opinion, the two main ones I take is you can either go about it as treating the overheads as as though they're cymbal mics and just sort of capture, just the cymbals that aren't being spot mic'd and treat it as a sort of like the top end and the high frequencies of the kit. That's one way of doing it. It's really common in metal to do that, and it sounds like that's what's going on here. The other way of doing it, which is more common in sort of like rock music, funk, and so on, and like just other genres that aren't as heavily processed as metal, let's say, is treating them as sort of like a general image of the kit. Think of that sort of Bonham drum sound of just this big kind of roomy sound that you get with like 3 mics, or 2 of those mics are overheads. In fact, it might even be a 2 mic recording. I should probably check that before I say blanket statements like that. But you can record a whole drum kit with just the overheads and have it sound great. Or you can be really focused with it. It sounds like these are really focused, really top end capturing overheads, which is great. That's got all the information we need about the cymbals right there. It's not overly harsh, not overly nasal. Sounds great. Room mics, what we got? Really common to boost that up. That sounds pre-compressed. Does anyone know if that was compressed on the way in during recording? It sounds like it's been hit with something. Which again is what I'd be doing in the mix. So I always feel like I'm cheating a bit because this is saving me jobs. Cool. Yeah, those drums sound great. Sound really good. It's a really, really consistent, tight performance as well. So that's always nice. There's a few things I love as much as Eddington drums, of course. It's just not. Has to be done, of course. Like, but there's a difference between me editing drums to make a good performance better and me editing drums to make a bad performance acceptable. We'll leave that there before I go into a very negative rant. Right, let's move on to bass. Got bass here, and once again, I've just got like a sort of pre-processed bass tone, which is an amalgamation of everything. But that sounds pretty awesome. I may end up distorting it further. It's a little bit clean, in my opinion. But other than that, like, it's really nice and chunky. There's a good solid bottom end on it. There's a nice bit of grit that shall blend into guitars as well. But we'll see. We'll probably whack a bit more distortion onto it. In fact, I'll move it and consider that to be my grit track for now. But bass is a pretty simple one because it's just that. Sorry, Dave. You will get more time, I promise. Right, guitars. You can see this folder here. I believe all these guitars. I need to check about these ARPs here. I think they may be synths, but when I had a quick flick through before when I was exporting these, yeah, these are all guitars. Quite a lot of guitar action going on. We'll start with a rhythm one left and right. Drag these in. Nice aggressive modern metal tone. Oh, why have I done that? I always catch record name and try to unsolo things. I'm just really clumsy. It drives me mad. Real tight. Let's see what else we've got. Now rhythm 2 and 3. Is this sort of quad tracking type thing? It looks like for the most part this is pretty quad tracked. So I'll treat these as left 2 and right 2, I think, and this is any reason why I shouldn't. If anyone wants to tell me off from the band, feel free. But it looks to me like it's a bit of a left 2 right 2 situation. Oh. So it seems like for left 1 and right 1 we've got the same tone each side. Oh no, maybe we haven't. We've got different tones all over. Guitar tones with a mixture of axe effects and helix. Thank you, Tom. Nice. Sounds great. I think technology's come a really long way. Like, modelers nowadays are just ridiculous. I don't remember the early pod stuff and compare it to this. It's like, it's night and day. It's unreal. These tones sound better than a lot of people's recorded amp tones. There's Orange Tiny Terror as well. Nice. Those amps are sick. Do I dare try and guess which one's which? I should flick through and try and guess what's what. I bet I can't. I bet I get it wrong. Right, okay. Tom and Mark, are you ready to scold me? Right, okay. I reckon. It's tricky now because I thought I had it and no, I don't. Oh, okay. A few different patches. Okay, right. Well, this is just from these 4, but I reckon that's possibly the helix. So rhythm 1L was the helix. I think they're a couple different axe effects patches. And I reckon that rhythm 3 is the Tiny Terror. Yeah. That's my guesses. Feel free to tell me how wrong I am, because I'm ready to it. Like, telling me how wrong I am proves how right I am about how far modelling has come. If I can't tell apart from a real amp, in my opinion. Well, that's all it needs to be. Is good. Yeah, they don't remember. It's fine. I'd be surprised if you did. You think I'm right? Really? Fuck. Okay, I'll take it. Honestly though, I'd be surprised without if like you didn't make notes of it. I'd be surprised if you did remember, because who remembers what they use for each individual track? Like, it's one thing to remember like what you've used, but specifics in like what section and what layer, like without some sort of record of it, who is going to remember that? Right, additional rhythms. Right, let's chuck these in here. I'll rename all these tracks at a later date. Oh, nice. Some nice Octavia bits. Sweet. So they come back later on as well. Nice. Oh, I love that little sort of sustain out into the break and slide away. Oh, sounds sick. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. This is fun. Right. Break leading guitar lead. We'll come back to them because I've got a whole lead stack down here. Pre-chorus chugs. Nice. We love some chugs. I'm a chugger. I guess you go in there. I'll move you in a sec. Wait. Buggington Bear, what we got? Oh, okay, so we've got a bit of that on this track here as well. So it is like a quad thing going on. Okay. What I could do with doing then is isolating that section into its own track, like these. So that would be all way up. It's bloody breaking it already. Right, see if we can perform open heart surgery on these. And just separate them into their own track. There's no major reason as to why to do this except for my own OCD. I'm gonna be honest with you. It doesn't mean anything. It will sound the same on this track as it will on the track I'm gonna put on. But it helps me be organised and know where I am in the song. And that's a good a reason as any, I think. There. And then it's up here as well. You know that sax effects. Oh well, there we go then. I was wrong. Which just goes to show how good the Axe effects is. I'd like an Axe effects. It's like a sort of second option as well. Well, not even necessarily a second option because that makes it sound like it's inferior. It's obviously not. But it's just nice to have loads of options, I guess, isn't it? That's why we end up buying more than one guitar or more than one video game or whatever. Like, options are great. And Axe effects is a great option to have. Let's chuck that on that track there. There we go. So that satisfies my OCD a bit. So we've got a nice stack of quads there. Nice stack of quads there. Or there's trios here. Am I missing something here? There's 3 on this section. Could be on another track. Let's find out. Oh, easy. Join regions. Rename that to pre-chorus. R. A bit of renaming because I like a nice organized session. And tracks by region. There we go. Sweet. Cool. What else we got? We got some leads. Those are these leads up here. So far, I'm counting 5 leads. A couple more lead tracks and dunk these in. Dave, I am nothing if not diplomatic. You know me well. Right. How do our leads sound? Nice. I'm presuming with there being 3 of these, it's sort of intended as like a left, center, right type thing. For the pre-chorus lead, so stack above the chugs. Something like that. Maybe I might do something on this center one, just sort of give it a bit of differentiation. I've done these in a weird order. Why have I done this? There we go. Fix left, right, and then 2. So 2, I'll treat as center, and I'll probably treat like a big delay on it, or some filtering, or I don't know, something. Make that nice and big. Oh, nice. I love dissonant lead parts. They're great. Oh, these are our cleans. What did you guys use for that, if you know what I'm asking? It definitely sounds like line 6. Like it sounds like a line 6 clean. Oh no, it's probably after. See, I don't know. Is it the line 6 or is it the is it the Axe Effect? It's definitely got that sort of big sky shimmery vibe going on. So Dave knows where I'm going to go with that. Axe Effect, yeah. That's great, man. Just glassy. You can't get this sort of glassy tone. Or like you can, but you'll struggle. You need to use a shitload of EQs. You can't really get this out of a real amp, I find, unless it's like a solid state thing. Like I just find tubes just they have too much tube warmth, which ruins that sort of glassiness that this tone is. You know, like you can't get that from a tube amp. This sort of sound is where modelers win over tube amps every time. You just can't match it. I've come close on a 6505 clean channel. That's because it's got a shit clean channel. You sort of use how thin it is to your advantage, but right, okay. I don't know what these are. What have we got? Ah, yes. Synths. My guy. Jake Bowen's delay clean. Yeah, man. Perfect. Man, those guys make some tones, don't they? You know I'm going to abuse these synths, right? Like I'm going to have them begging for mercy. It's going to be great. If I remember, because I forgot last week. Completely forgot about the synths in the Kaismata one. Didn't have time to get to them. It was embarrassing. I was just there like, oh, yeah, there's this whole bit missing. Bad time management. I'll be better, guys, I promise. Oh, nice. Bonk. I love it. Oh, did it again. That's awesome. Like a Game Boy on cat. I love it. They sound sick. Yeah, man. Loving it. We need more synths in metal. We just do. Isn't so awesome. Right, vocals. Vocals. Let's have a look. So, judging from the name, and we've got main vocals and a double, main chorus vocals and a double, and then various bits of backing. And then some other vocal layers and textures. So there's no clean vocals in this. It's all harsh. So we can basically ignore the clean vocal stacks and just delete them. Let's chuck these in. That's why I'll be the last time. I don't know why vocals always import super loud into my sessions. Like, have I've probably messed something up on my template that's not attenuating them properly, and it's just. You're living fear of fear itself. This sense of panic drags you at time. Yeah, cloud. Yeah, they always just come into my sessions dead hot. I know what I'll do. I should probably say this on my session, but I should probably just turn that back up, but then also just, I don't know, turn this down by like minus 63, no, minus 6, and learn to type. There we go. It's a bit more where I'd expect them to sit when I open a project. Or even, I don't know, they're just coming dead hot. They're not in comparison to everything else, but it's just because, I don't know, they just sound louder. Perceived volume versus actual RMS is a interesting topic. Okay, so what's interesting is it looks like the main vocal and the doubles. The main vocal is already louder than the doubles by probably about the amount that I'd want them to be louder anyway. You know, the general sort of rule is that you have your double a bit quieter than your main. There's no real sort of hard and fast number to it, but generally speaking, it'll be somewhere between 3 and 6 dB. So it's not too quiet, so that it gets buried under the main vocal, but it's not equal to it. You don't want it to be equal. So yeah, that's already there. So that's cool. More work pre-done for me. Right. Backing vocals. What have we got? That's fine. So I'm just confusing myself by thinking I've not imported a track when I have. I'm just one of those days. It's been a pretty long day today. I sort of at the studio for 9 o'clock building stud walls. It was fun. Cool. Main backing vocals, left and right, chorus delay, backing vocals double. There's all these layers here as well. I'll take all these. 12. 7, 8. Make a few more of these tracks, so there's somewhere for them to go. Come on, Logic. I'm not asking a lot. Import some audio. Cool. Oh. Backing vocals left and right. Nice. These sound super pissed off. I'm loving it. Yeah, man. Quality. Chorus delay. What are you? I'm guessing. Nice. Printed delay. Nice. And there's a quiet double for that as well. Sweet. And that's like it just sits in that gap there in the chorus. Up here. Oh. Maybe it's a little bit before it. Like it sort of lands on the tail. To turn this down, so there's a printed reverb track, which I may keep, or I may try a few different reverbs as well and just see what suits the vocal best. But that's good to have whether I end up using it or not, because it works out as being a nice reference to use. I know what sort of reverb they wanted based on that. Yeah, it's not got a super long tail to it. Not got a load of low end information. It sounds like there might be a bit of a mid scoop on it. Yeah, it's not super long. It's not a massive room. It's almost bathroom. It's almost like a tiled room to my ears. Could be a plate. Yeah. Good cues to have for knowing how to approach the reverb on that. Reverb's a tricky one, vocalists. Vocalists all have different tastes in reverb. And some of them can be real, like, particular about it as well. That's why I ended up including printed reverb from the Kai's Martyr session, because me and Zoe sat down and worked out what reverb she wanted for those. Well, looks like that's happened here as well, so... Darkest of days! Let's pan these out. We must damn! That's fat. They sound huge. I can't wait to put Decapitator on them. Fuck those bad boys up. It'll be fun. Right. Cool. Whisper track.
You're anxious.
I'm calm, but thank you. Nice. Whisper 1, Whisper 2. So pan that. Looks like once again these are stereo tracks and they've been panned ready for me. So the left on top. Oh, is it like a ping pong type thing?
You're anxious, uneasy.
Nice. Sweet. That's cool. Cool. Cool reverb throws. That's a pretty big reverb. It sounds like they've like a reverse reverb as well. Yeah, that's sweet. Digging that. The Mandem. Nice. Or some gang vocals. Sweet. So yeah, so there's quite a lot going on with the vocals then, with various layers, various doubles, extras, backings, etc. Be fun. Cool. Looks like I went a bit trigger happy, made too many tracks, but that's fine because we can delete those. Let's just do the old rename. There we go. Sweet. Okay, and then oh wait up. That's not what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do. There we go. Okay, and then there's various effects tracks down here as well. So we've got sub drops, reverse cymbals, and then piano and strings. Nice. Okay, so let's make a few more tracks for these. Yeah, subs and reverse cymbals. Sweet. So what's interesting is we've got subs of different lengths included. A sort of quick growly sub drops there. And then we've got longer ones there as well. It's interesting to see that they've stacked multiple sub drops. I don't know how well this is going to come through on whatever you guys are listening on. Hopefully listen to something decent so you can hear these. But Yeah, they're different lengths. That's interesting. Because they're different lengths with different sort of sweep times, you get a sort of interesting, I guess almost like a tremolo effect of the two sort of cancelling each other out slightly, boosting each other slightly at different times. That's interesting. I don't know how useful it'll be to have both of them all the time. It may be a case of I'll pick which one suits that moment the best, rather than trying to blend them both. They both sound really good independently, but I think if I was to combine them, there may be some issues. Yeah, I'm not overly keen on that sort of tremolo-y thing going on with the sub drops, but that's fine. Just because it's there doesn't mean that it has to be used. Unless they tell me otherwise and say, no, make them both work. Which they might do. We'll see. Again, there's the same sort of thing happening there. Yeah, I definitely prefer both of those independently rather than together. And I think it would be a case of choosing the best sample for the section as and when it comes. Right, reverse cymbals. Two of these stacked up as well. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's see how these sound. Nice. Okay, so it's two cymbals, different pitches, but about the same time, roughly. And as opposed to the sub drops, they sound great together. You know, they complement each other really well, and there's no weird sort of comb filtering going on or anything strange about it. David said we need a sub drop triggered by every kick, please. I can make that happen. I can, but should we? Seems like a dangerous idea. I like these speakers, man. Don't make me break them. Oh no, not you as well, Mark. Come on. Okay, I'll do it. Can I put 808 kicks in and do it that way, rather than full on sub sweeps every time? No, you know what? Yeah, I'll do it. Right. So I'll make a sample from one of your sub drop samples, and I'll load it into Trigger, and I'll trigger it from the kick. At least then you'll get to hear it. Like, I can't say I'll use it. I can't say I'll keep it, but you'll get to hear it, and we can have a laugh. It'd be fun. Right. We've got some more reverse cymbals here. And it looks, yeah, it's the same samples as before, but just quieter. So they're already sort of pre-mixed a little too, which is sweet. Cool. And then finally, we've got piano lead and some strings. I'm presuming these are software. But I'm open to being wrong about that. But again, software string, software piano these days just sound great. If they are software, can you remember what software library it was, or where you sourced them from? If it was real, then sick. A lot of effort to go to source players. Nice. What strings library is that? And one was that verse, one was that overhead taken from the drum track. Oh, okay, nice. Sweet. Thank you for that, Ash. Why would I just like it? I don't like it. I love it. Cool. Yeah, man. Like making samples from the overhead, like just doing like reverse cymbals or like reverse snares or whatever. Like, it can sound great. Like it can be like a real sort of bit of ear candy that, especially if it's one that you recorded. Like nobody else has got that exact same sample, so immediately it's going to sound unique. I mean, yeah, it's reverse cymbal. Reverse cymbals sound like reverse cymbals, but nobody else has got that exact reverse cymbal. That's awesome. Right, piano. Oh, nice. That's eerie. Try and get a bit louder for the stream. One sec. I'm gonna boost all the regions up like this, and then forget, and then I'll come to the stream on Thursday and be like, "Why is that piano so loud?" Right. That's nice. Boopy. It's a bit later on. Big old quads. Boss. Loving it. Nice. So now I've completely butchered the levels whilst importing everything in and listening to it. Let's just quickly hear what it sounds like unmixed, because I've not mixed it. I've just attacked it with gain controls.
I can't believe how anxiety shapes you. You're feeling trapped inside yourself. This won't be the last time you'll live in fear of fear itself. This sense of panic drags you and in time. Yeah.
Like it's really well recorded. It sounds good. It will need some balancing and possibly some automation during the mix. Definitely some automation. I always say possibly, but automation is always a necessity in my opinion. There's always things that need automating. Why have I just ruined that like that? Okay, so yeah, it sounds great. It's well recorded, well performed, which is always the main thing. It's a well arranged track. If you end up with a shit track that's performed shit, no amount of mixing is going to make it sound great. Like, it is what it is. Even things on the radio that we might consider to be overproduced trash, like essentially they're well written and they're overproduced, but they're well produced, so they're going to sound orally pleasing. Orally pleasing is not a phrase I should say on a live stream. This is going to get flagged. But yeah, but it's like it's a good song, well performed, well recorded. So the mix should come together pretty quickly and hopefully pretty straightforward. But we'll see how on point I am on Thursday and whether I bring my A game, get a good night's sleep, and so on. Yeah, I'm looking forward to attacking this one. Okay, I think that's all from me today. Hope you've enjoyed my Dave. No, I can't say it again. I will get this stream taken down by the other oral Tom. Fuck's sake! I've just ruined all credibility for myself. Right. Okay. Yeah. There's not really. I'm getting ruined in these comments now. Fuck's sake. Right. There's not really a lot I can add. I'm gonna end this stream before I say something else that's incriminating and becomes a meme. And I will see you all hopefully on Thursday when I dive into mixing this. I start at 4 o'clock, same as previous weeks. Split up into about 45-minute chunks with about 10 minutes in between while I grab a drink, go to the bathroom, and so on. Yeah, hope to see you there. Should be a good laugh. You're right, Tom. I weren't specific. I should learn to be more specific. Maybe things like that I should type them so we can't get them mixed up. Thanks to the English language having many different meanings for many different things. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna call it a night there. Thank you guys for coming by and checking that out. I hope you've enjoyed me digging into this track. Look forward to seeing how this mix sounds on Thursday. Okay, in the meantime, you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on Thursday. Bye bye.